All right, Unit 8 journal for this week. I'm going to discuss a specific technique that we use to change thought pattern in order to change behavior to CBT. Discuss how you could implement CBT into your clinical practice in the future. Specific diagnosis can DPT be used with? In my current clinical encounters, any of the session that includes CBT in my experience. Well, cognitive behavior therapy. So it's a well-established short-term therapy. So what is it exactly? This is therapy that makes the connection with the client thought and emotion and behavior. So what is the reason why they use CBT therapy? The core principles of CBT therapy include psychological problem regarding learning patterns and behavior that are unhelpful. So the therapy helps the client learn better ways to cope with psychological problem. And allow the clients to learn to face their fears instead of avoiding them. Role playing also can be used to prepare for potential problems such as interaction with others. So the client will have the opportunity to learn calming skills and relaxation technique. So I feel that the therapists use guided discovery when they are acquainting themselves with the viewpoint of the client. The therapist asks questions to challenge what the client believes, the system, and to broaden the thinking. So this allows the therapist to gain an understanding of other perspective to consider and to guide to the helpful path. So what the cognitive therapy also restructuring. So it's restructure or reframing the interview, what use the data, so which as well involves having a hard look on the negative thought pattern. It just restructure to the positive thought. So the client will assume the worst happening, what do their own thinking. So the client was made during clinical this week. The client was made aware of the negative pattern and learned how to reframe the thought to be more positive and productive. For instance, I have a young girl that came with her mother this week. So she was 15 years old. She's very bright, high school. And she's been doing gymnastics when she was little. She was 5 years old. Then she was about to attend to get to the team, to the travel team, and suddenly she fall into depressions. So because she feels like she's too skinny. She doesn't want people to see her. She's not getting along with her peers no more. She's fighting with everybody. She's arguing with her mom all the time. She's depressed. She's in bed. Her school academic is dropping. So the client was made aware of the positive aspect of her talent. She's talented. So to be skinny is a part also of the fact that she's in gymnastics and she's performing well. And as well as her academic, let her know that's how important is it to be self-conscious about the importance of performing good in school in parallel of the sport that she's doing. So and the positive results that can do into her life. So she was made aware of the negative pattern and how to reframe the thought to be positive and productive. So that's went very well. The way I can implement the CBT so help my clients learn to manage the emotion. So she was very emotional about her appearance, and also the fears, the anger, the sadness. So she was dealing with a lot of anger, because also she had a lot of problem with her menstruation. So that's mean like she's vomiting a lot when she's and she can eat, so that's why she cannot gain weight, and she's very skinny. So and she's sad about it and angry. So well, I implement CBT to help her learn to manage her emotions. So when she's angry about this, not to be angry about her mom or her friends, her peers in gymnastics. So dealing with that can prevent symptoms and mental illness relapse. CBT has been effective alone or with medications. So, for instance, for this girl, she started on Prozac and 10 milligram alone with therapy for the depressions, and you can use also those CBT for bipolar disorder, for eating disorder, for schizophrenia, and others. So I get some reference from American Psychological Associations. So 2022 to talk about CBT. So and I'm glad to was able to do interview and use CBT this week. So and thank you very much. I'll see you in Unit 9.